Hey there, welcome. I'm Christy. If you have been following along, you know I have a flower farm. And if you're just new to this channel, I have not been posting very much, but I did want to share an update of some of the tulips that we have growing here on the flower farm in northern Alberta before they're bloomed out. So I am growing for 3 florists this year, as well as doing some off the farm sales and delivery sales. We've sold quite a few tulips so far this season, but we obviously have a lot standing in the field still. We've had a lot of rain and challenging weather to navigate around doing events like bouquet bars, but they're still beautiful nonetheless, and we're still able to use them and harvest them. So I thought I would share some updates of some of the things we have growing on the farm this spring. Some of the changes that I've made on our farm since the previous season is I've extended our grow area, as well as I've added more varieties, and I have started using my tulips as not as a annual crop like most flower farmers do. I am using them more as a perennial crop, and I will show you later in this video of how that's going with some of the 2-year-old plantings that I have going on. Now, a lot of people have been complaining about having different issues with their tulips not being able, they're basically aborting because of pathogens in the soil. I have had a little bit of experience with that, but for the most part, the same varieties that people are having issues with, they seem to be doing great. But I also have been using worm castings and products for mending my soil that way. My tomatoes have been out for a while, or about a week, I guess, and my hanging baskets have been migrated outside, and I'm pretty happy with them. I created these myself. So yeah, I guess we'll just take a little tour. These are actually some of the previous year plantings that were annuals. These are a couple of new buds that I put Lysianthus and snapdragons in. We have some lilies coming up. Yeah, these are the annual planted tulips that blew out last year, and because of the fires and evacuations on Mother's Day, so I didn't get them harvested in time. And I treated them as a perennial instead of an annual, and I've been able to harvest off of these very well. So let's take a quick look into the greenhouse. There's a few little pots that I had potted up with different things, and these are lilies that I had planted. I took the crate lilies that I had previous years, and I just plugged them into my greenhouse, and it's been great because I've been getting a lot more earlier blooms. And these are also some of the calla lilies that I had lifted last season, and I plugged them into crates to try to get some early stems on them as well. So the lilies and crates have been doing great for me. I just moved a few more trays out of the grow room to harden off, and I've noticed that today the ranunculus have really gone crazy. I'm surprised these are so small. They started out much larger, and I'm not sure why the Italian ranunculus have been blooming really small. I'm kind of disappointed with that, but we're working on it. This year I planted the center row of my greenhouse with anemones, and I have a ton of volunteer ranunculus that has started coming up in this bed. I'm zone 2, ranunculus is zone 6, and I don't run the heat in this all over the winter, and there's no snow cover over it. So it's been kind of a little bit of an issue with getting the corms, like deciding which ones are going to be sacrificial, and I ended up taking some of the corms of the anemones away so that it had an opportunity to bloom with ranunculus. So here's some volunteer, and you'll see them scattered throughout the entire bed. I've already harvested a bunch of them, but for the most part, it's pretty productive in here for the anemones. My issue is that in our area, we don't have a big market for anemones as I thought we would. people complain about paying the market value for them, and even under market value they complain. So I'm definitely learning my lesson when it comes to flowers that are not as known, such as ranunculus. This one's a volunteer, kind of growing in the middle of nowhere. But the anemones this year are absolutely stunning. The colors have been very vibrant, and we're getting really good stem life or vase life out of them. The experiment I did here, I planted a bunch of brassicas with brassicas. Normally I don't do that. I have stock and cabbage and Napa cabbage and flower and kale all together. And I did experience some pest pressure, but I've been using Annelida products, which are like the soil itself. And then I've also been using a foliar application of extract from the worm castings. And the pest pressure has gone away completely. We've had some pests in here, like the white moths that lay the eggs on the leaves, and they have moved on. I haven't found any eggs on the leaves. I've also was getting attacked by those little cabbage beetles, and those have gone away since. But since we're outside again, I thought maybe I should give you a tour of the varieties and list them off and show you what I have blooming here on the farm. Mystic Van Eyck, Fantasy Lady, Foxtrot, Avaron, Amazing Grace, Monty Orange, Pineapple Express, which is Sunlover and Yellow Pomponette, Prince Trio, Weedy, Queen of Night, Mondial, Mount Tacoma, Secret Perfume, Rem's Favorite, Roco Parrots, Apricot Parrot, Mango Charm, Palmyra, Cranberry Kiss, Red Foxtrot, and Foxy Foxtrot. spring green. I don't know. And I think these are called Vancouver, Silk Road, Angelique. Cranberry Kiss second planting. These are Amber Glow. Queen of Night. So one of my favorite additions in here so far has been these green stalks, and I'm really enjoying having the vertical space. These are cabbages that have been growing in here, and as you can see, they're nice and clean. I've been using worm casting extract, and I've planted them in Annelida products in the soil in here, as you'd see me plant before lettuce in here, and the plants are doing great. I'm really happy with it, and it's been very productive. I've since started to switch out the lettuce for peppers, and they really love life in here. Well, thank you so much for watching. I know I haven't been present on YouTube very much, but if you would like to follow along on some of the stuff we are growing and how things are going, you can find us on Instagram at Hotchkiss Flower Farm, or you can find us on Facebook with the same Hotchkiss Flower Farm. And I hope to see you over there to stay up to date, keep you up to date and in the loop of what's going on here on the farm. So thanks for watching, and I hope your grow season is going fantastic as well. Much love.